Good evening. It's April, and we are on year 2, day 29 of Radical Discipline. I'm about 10 minutes behind schedule. I apologize. I was picking up some folks. So I want to jump right in because I have a very challenging question to ask. So our foundational scripture for radical discipline which is where we're on a journey to exercise extreme discipline and doing everything that we are called to do. And Hebrews 12:11 says, for the moment, all discipline seems painful rather than pleasant, but later it yields the peaceful fruit of righteousness to those who have been trained by it. We are in training. It's training time, training camp. For living a life of radical discipline. And I want to jump right over to Philippians 4:11 and 13 because I have a challenge, a question of self-reflection. Come on, Bible, to ask you. Philippians 4:11 through 13. It says, not that I'm speaking of being in need, for I have learned, those are the words, I have learned, in whatever situation I am in, to be content. This is not my Bible. I'm reading in a Bible ESV version that I got for somebody, and I didn't give it to them, and it's been several years. So when I give it to them, I'll have to say, and I highlighted some of my favorite scriptures and hope that it will bless you. That's what I must say. Okay, but that's what I did. It says, for I've learned in whatever situation I am to be content. I know how to be brought low. I know how to abound. In any and every circumstance, I have learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger, abundance and need. I can do all things through him who strengthens me. This is so good. I was sitting in the car and I got off work and I went to pick up the twins. And the sky was so beautiful that I took a picture of it. And it was too magnificent for me to just take a picture. I had to take a video so I could do one of those sweeping, like I wanted to scroll across the sky. Like I needed to get all of it. I think I'm going to post it in the comments. It was so beautiful. After all the snow, after all the storm and the rain and everything that January has brought, everything that 2024, your last year, your last season brought you, there will always be sunshine. Eventually, things will get beautiful and bright again. So it was very easy for me to go out to that mailbox and smile and walk with joy. Very easy. It was very easy for me to find the light in the sky. But as quickly as I enjoyed it, I said, oh, I want to send this picture. Who will I send it to? And I got sad because I said, well, who am I sending this to? And it was like, you don't need to be sad that you don't know who to send it to. Because, when you like little things like that, sometimes little things that you like to watch or do, you might not have a connection or somebody who will appreciate the beauty you find in the moment. And it hit me. April, this is your beautiful moment. Enjoy it. It's for you. It's between you and God. And so I want to encourage you not to get caught up in sharing every little thing that happens with everybody or feeling like you're alone because you don't have anybody to share it with. It's for you to enjoy. Enjoy your own company. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy the things that you love. Enjoy your solitude. Easy for an introvert to say, I know. But That's real. So here's the passage and the question. When are you gonna learn? When are you gonna learn to be content? What are you waiting for? I have to put this disclaimer in here. I'm not saying that once we have radical discipline and we meet our goals and we're debt free and we lose those pounds and we get that spouse and our children are grown and we have a savings, we buy this, we travel here, get that job, that we'll be content or will be fulfilled. No, there'll always be another goal. Some of y'all have worked so hard that by the time you've been in school 10 years, by the time you get your bachelor's degree, you don't even want to walk the stage. You just want them to mail you that proof of your increased income that's coming. You're not even studying the enjoyment of it. You're just like, I just did it. Sometimes we work so hard and we struggle so long that when the reprieve comes, we can't even recognize or enjoy it because our mind is still in the struggle mode. Or sometimes we are so used to being negative or getting bad news every day, or we're surrounded by people who only give bad reports, that we don't appreciate good reports or positive people. We talk about them. One thing that I know, God is real, and he has given me a gift of unconditional love, quick to forgive, seeing the best in people. It's love. Love says, I think the best about people. If you want to learn how to be content, you've got to learn how to love. You've got to learn how to love your life right where it is. You've got to learn how to be grateful and have gratitude for everything that you have right now. You've got to learn to appreciate people for who they are right where they are. You've got to thank God for life. I mean, the simple things. You've got to learn how to enjoy the moments, the free stuff. The free stuff. Those are the gifts, not the stuff you bought. If I had to buy it, it really wasn't a gift. It's a purchase. Enjoy the free stuff. So when will you learn? When you gonna learn? When you gonna be content? I want to encourage you to do it right now. Like to just learn contentment. Say, God, help me to be content. Some of you, and I don't envy it, you're in your life and you're just sitting there hoping and waiting for a breakthrough. And you've had so many that you may not have ever acknowledged because it wasn't the breakthrough that you wanted. We're not in control of anything except ourselves. We can't control others. People go back on their word every day. Companies will tell you, we're good, and then do a mass layoff next week. The only words that we can trust and stand on is the word of God. He's ever faithful, ever true, never lies. And so I want to encourage you to really say, and as a part of my radical discipline, I'm going to learn how to be content. I'm going to practice contentment. I'm going to be grateful. You have to do it right now. And it's easy to exercise discipline and contentment now so that when you have more, you won't still have the hunger for more. There are some people in this world, they'll never be able to spend everything that they have. Some are operating in the spirit of greed, so they'll continue to want more. But others are just giving it away because they said, Lord, let them find us, those that are giving it away. Okay. Some others are giving it away because they said, I couldn't spend this. I just want to be a blessing. I'm too blessed and I want to share it. I'll share it, Lord. If you make me where I'll share now. There's certainly share more. You have to learn how to be content right now. You have to learn how to enjoy life right now. It's a trick of the enemy. It's a trick of the enemy not to understand when you're satisfied, not to be satisfied. Insatiable. I mean, that sounds like a very expensive perfume, and it might have been when I was young. I don't know why I know that word, but insatiable. It's like, I can never have enough, and that's not a good mindset to have. We've got to learn how to be content with what we have and where we are and who we have. And we build on that. Some people, they'll never, I don't want to say they'll never, they can't get married. They can't find a spouse. We have 63-year-old bachelors. I'm just saying, let me not go all the way there, but let me sit there for a second. You could be married. You could be married. You could have your car paid off, but every time you're about to pay it off, you see another one you want. You could be out of that debt, but you're never satisfied. You never just chill in that blessing. You know, he want to lead us beside still waters. I'm like, is that why it says he make you lie down in green pastures? We don't want to sit down and just rest and relax and relish in what we have, because quiet is kept. We have more than most. And I know we have more than maybe we had this time last year or 20 years ago, than our great-grandparents had, for sure. And so I just want to ask you that, when will you learn to be content? One of the ways that you learn to be content is by having things taken away from you. When things are taken away from you, you've got to learn how to deal without them. Another way that you learn how to be content is when you've never had, a lot. So you've learned how to manage with what you have. You can also learn how to be content when you're restricted. People that are in prison, they learn how to be content where they are with that bed. They have to learn how to function. People that are in college dorms, they learn how to deal with the roommate. So when you're put in a situation that's not that what you want to be, we're actually very adaptable as human beings if we allow ourselves to be. That's how we learn and grow, and that's how we're challenged, and we explore the depth of our ingenuity. It's like, wow, I could have all these. I know how to problem solve. How can you be good at leading if you're not a problem solver or a solutionist? Well, I have to learn how to solve problems by having them, or by someone having godly wisdom. I believe in the shortcut now on that. Oh gosh, give me the wisdom to know how to deal with it. I don't mind. Just give me the wisdom. I don't have to go through every little test. But when will you learn to be content? It's a joy I have. I gotta look on the bright side. I'm going to laugh. I'm going to sing. I'm going to praise. I'm going to find the positive. I think it's a sign of first of all, why am I saved? Why am I a Christian if I don't have joy? Why am I, what? I don't. It's a fruit of the Spirit. It's a sign of a believer to have joy and peace. Peace means I'm chilling. I'm good. I'm content right now. And you can have that. You have that. You can walk in that and rest in that in every moment of every day and every situation. Have a peace of God. It's real. And I'm not confused, but it's a challenge to me. It's a challenge to me when we're so self-centered that we make everything about how we feel and what we don't have and what someone else has and what somebody did, and who cares? It happened. What about right now? When will you enjoy the gift of life? When will you enjoy all of your blessings? It's a trick of the enemy, and it is a poor character trait. It's a trait of the enemy, the flesh, to just be robbed of the joy of life and the fulfillment of the moment and all the blessings that we've had, to count them and remember, wow, I remember when I scored that basket. I love those people that be telling you about their high school touchdown moment. They're thankful. Now, of course, somebody else will be like, you living in that dream, do something else. Well, if the dream's so good, if it can't be topped, then enjoy it, you know. If I season the ribs and my sauce hit every time I make it, I'm just going to keep eating the rib. I'm just saying, you know, like, there's so many great things that we could talk about that would make us feel good. And some people, that's good. They just want that feeling. But for those of us exercising radical discipline, if we could go back down memory lane and remember the good things, then we can have a hope and it'll fuel our hope and expectation for what is to come. Because he's the same God. And you're just getting better and better every day. So when you gonna learn to be content, to be thankful, to be grateful, to really walk in peace, to stop coveting other people's bodies and spouses and houses and lives? Oh no, I don't want that. Their journey came with some trials and tribulation just like ours did. I don't want nothing from nobody. I don't want nobody else's nothing. I love myself. And that's the radical discipline journey. Learning to love yourself, love who you are, love the family you're born in, love everything that you've been blessed to have. Be content. But I know people, and I've definitely been there. I believe I have been there. I'm thankfully I've been blessed not to deal with covetousness and jealousy and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't care about none of that type of stuff. I'm not a materialistic person, but I know people that they can't enjoy what they have. You know, you have single people who just can't enjoy their life because they're not, you fixate. Now I've done this on the thing that's wrong instead of thanking God for what's right. You fixate on who left instead of thanking God for what remains. You fixate on who said something nasty to you on your post instead of thanking God for those who celebrated with you. We fixate on that type of stuff. But we've got to learn how to dismiss the negativity and the discontent. Let's dismiss discontent. Yeah, let's dismiss it out of our lives. Those things that we're mumbling and grumbling about, the Bible talks about that. These Israelites were complaining and murmuring and complaining. And I love that there wasn't a lot of quotes. You know, it's just, murmuring and complaining. Nobody have to tell you what that means. And it's especially to the person that's providing and that is giving, it's so disheartening because it's just like no matter the efforts that are made, there's always something negative. There's always a bad, report. And do I sound like I'm fussing? I'm really not. I'm not trying to. I want to drive it home though, because some of you are paralyzed from making decisions and enjoying life, from taking a vacation because you can't go on the 7-day cruise. Get on that 2-day cruise and go on now. Some of you are paralyzed because you're waiting to buy a house until you're married, and you could have had a house already. Some of you are paralyzed. You're waiting to start that church because you don't want to be a single pastor. What's going on? Waiting to live. We living right now. It's happening right now. Our lives are happening right now. We're not waiting. We're not waiting until everything is what we think it has to be to do what we're called to do. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Life is going by. We don't know what's tomorrow's going to happen. So we can't keep waiting for things to line up to be happy and to be content, I'm content right now. And I know that's hard for this excessive society, but I'm content with my beans and cornbread. Again, if I throw me a rib, I'm good. I mean, that's wonderful, but I'm content. And we gonna make it happen. And that's what we gotta be. We gotta be thankful for life, health, and strength. You know? And then, so if there's something going on, like a situation that's just a hard trial, some people have, what is that called? Chronic illness. It's just chronic, and it just seems like it will never go away. And unless, I wear glasses. Let me find out Jesus healed blind eyes. Why I still got glasses? I believe, but I still have to wear them jokers. So what did I do? I started buying different colors and different types. Just have fun with it. But I'm saying that to say that's a light affliction. But some people have chronic illness where they're in pain all the time. But they would be remiss not to enjoy the pain-free moments. Imagine you get a relief. And instead of being relieved, you're thinking about and complaining about the thing that you were burdened by. Imagine being delivered from something that you just prayed for, and then it finally happened, and you're still talking about how horrible it was. It's like, what? Let's go. We've got to learn how to be content. We can't even handle the blessing when we get it. How we like, oh man, but what about we looking? Okay, I see that. I asked for that. But what, we got 6 out of 7 things we asked for, and we gonna complain about the one that's missing. Y'all know some of y'all bought Christmas gifts and, spent your money, saved your money, ran around town, was on Amazon trying to rush home and get the box and all that stuff for people. And some people you gave stuff to was mad because you didn't get everything on the list. Or you didn't get what they thought you was going to get them. It's the same thing. It might not be a Christmas gift, but in all of the blessings that we have, when we fixate on what we don't have, that 1 or 2 things we wish we had, it's ungratefulness. And it's robbing us. We're robbing ourselves of contentment, of peace, and of a rich, full life. And I tell you one thing, when you're enjoying yourself everywhere you go, and you show up and make up your mind, I have favor where I go. I'm enjoying myself. I'm going to have a good time. I love my home. I'm thankful for my car. When you have that mindset of contentment, I don't know, these beans ain't cooked right, but let me put a little, I keep talking about beans because it's cold and I've been making beans. Well, let me put a little bit more. Today I'm going to make them with the meaty flavor. Tomorrow I'm going to do it with the Cajun flavor and switch it up. Like, man, the way that God created us and our creativity, I don't care what you got going on. You have the power and the gift to make it pleasant, to make it beautiful. So don't rob yourself of a beautiful, blissful, rich life. I ain't worried about what nobody say about my life. Outside looking in. I'm so blessed, I can hardly stand it. I'm blessed. I am blessed. First of all, clothed in my right mind, got enough sense to be content. Got enough sense to mind my business. Got enough sense to handle my business. Got enough sense to say, you know what, there's some things I need to change. Let me exercise some radical discipline and get on another, what? Got enough sense to forgive so that I'm not drinking poison expecting somebody else to die. I love that analogy. It's so real. I got good sense. I'm thankful. And you do too. So when are you going to learn to be content? Let me read that scripture again because I'm trying to drive it home. I really want you to walk away and to click off and with a different mindset right now. Like right now. right? You know, when your check hit the bank, you don't just sit there and look at it. You be like, oh, right now. This is good stuff right here. This is money words right here. Yeah, this is some rich stuff right here. When will you learn to be content? Exercise. Say, I'm gonna be content today. All right, Philippians 4. I love this. It says, not that I'm speaking of being in need, for I have learned in whatever situation I am to be content. I wasn't trying to be dramatic. My pen hit something metal. I have learned in whatever. I have learned it. It might not be easy to do, but you can do it the more you practice. One thing about teaching or learning something is you got to practice it. You got to listen. You hear me. You got to read the instructions. It says, I've learned to be content. I know how to be brought low. You see, it's an example right here. And then you got to practice. He said, I know how to be brought low. I know how to be brought low. I know how to bring myself low. I stay low. And then on top of that, he says that I know how to be abound. I've been there too. We've had them good fat years, and we've had them lean years. We've had them good seasons, and we've had them slim ones. And in the middle of all that, God was still good, and he still provided. And here we are to tell the story. He said, I know how to do that. He said, in any and every circumstance, all of it. I like to talk about the 3 areas of life that we are always asking for prayer in, and that we might have if everything we struggle with or believe or blessed falls under these categories, either relationships, finance, and health. And so it says, in any and every circumstance, I've learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger. Why did he say that? Because it's rich folks who still ain't content, miserable, ain't got no friend. Realize that nobody likes me for real. They just want to be around me because I pay for everything. Some of you are letting people in your life for the noise that they bring, for the false sense of community, when you could just be content by yourself. That's the word. You could be content with you and the Lord. Don't have to worry about fake friends and fake people and subliminal posts and all of that foolishness and, gossip, backbiting. You don't have to worry about it. Just enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life. Enjoy your peace and quiet. So he said, in any and every circumstance, he said, I've learned the secret of facing plenty and hunger, abundance and need. Wow. And content. If you want to be around people that appreciate your presence, people you can help. There's always a place to serve. There's such a richness and a contentment that comes from serving others and giving back. I cannot explain it. You just have to do it. And you have to do it regularly. Those of us that have children, we kind of are doing it every day, right? But and do need to go serve other populations. But when you have children, you're giving, you serve. If you're married, you serving. If you're married well, you're serving each other. And so you can give and fit, and some of those voids will be gone. Some of that discontent will go because you'll be like, how dare I be ungrateful? And one of the things, especially in the Black community, I want to encourage is to go on the mission trip. Go on a business trip. Go sit down somewhere where everything is cooked outside and there's no utilities. Oh, you learn to be content and learn. So funny. You know how we are in the West. We just really think we serving somebody all the while we're being served humble pie. We're being served. We're learning from those that we think we're going to serve. It's an exchange. Let me say that. But our mindset sometimes is off. But going on a missions trip, You'll come back grateful. Even just traveling outside of the country, you'll come back grateful. I just want to encourage you to learn today. You're going to learn today. I said, when you going to learn? Then you say, I'm going to learn today. You'll put that in the comments. We going to learn today. We're going to learn to be content, to be grateful. I would look up the definition of the word content. I'll put that in the comments. But thank you so much for listening to my my exhortation to be content. It's beautiful. So some of you, you're really you're robbing yourself. I don't even want to give the enemy any play. You're robbing yourself of happiness, of friendship, of relationship, of adventures, of a home. These things that you're waiting on for everything to be perfect, or the people that, be content right now with what you have and go after what you want. According to the will of God, go after it. Don't wait on nobody else. Enjoy your life. Be thankful, serve, be content with what you have now, and you'll get more. All right, God, thank you. Thank you for this word, this reminder to be grateful, to be content, be at peace. In the depth of our soul, to just have a peace that surpasses all understanding, and to let nothing or no one rob it. Not comparison, not ungratefulness, a lack of reality, no delusion. God, thank you for the truth that we are very blessed. We are, and that there's more to come. Help us to just be thankful. And I pray, God, that you would lift all heaviness. Those that don't have a will to live, give them a will to live and to see where they're needed, so that they can feel fulfilled in their purpose and in their gifts. God, I pray for those who are just confused. You're not the author of confusion. Send peace. I pray for those who are delaying and denying themselves the pleasure of a spouse or family or travel or just other things because they're waiting on different circumstances. I just pray for the contentment of the Lord to rest on them, so that they can move forward and check off that bucket list. And I thank you that your word tells us you didn't give us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind. So I pray for soundness of mind to be upon us, and that we walk in power, and that we live and give in love. In Jesus' name, amen. Well, thank you so much for walking this journey of radical discipline. I hope that you were able to plan, prepare, and now you are executing this last week of January. I pray it flies by, because I'm ready to see. I've learned to be content in January. I hope you enjoy it, and God bless you. Good night. I'll see you back here tomorrow at 6.